Hello, guys, and welcome to episode 2 of Ram with Yam. The weekly Monday video when I answer the questions you post in the comment section below of these videos. Um, I first would like to thank you for the nice answers I have gotten in the first video, since this series has been received by you guys with a lot of positive feedback. So thank you very much for that. Without further history and ado, let's get on to the questions. Um, there's a guy here who's asking: is the Spanish Civil War still a hot taboo? Well, I don't know, taboo, whatever subject in Spain? That's actually yes it is, and it's not that it's like a forbidden topic, but it's that in Spain politics are a very hot topic, and views and opinions are very extremistic and very wide apart. Also compounded with the fact that I think that new generations, and I think this is not only in Spain but worldwide, at least in the Western world, newer generation, younger people don't really take the work to learn history, and so they believe the first thing they are told, be it truth or not, and that goes on to make people form a given opinion that maybe is not that objective. Let's put it that way. The thing is that in the Civil War, as in all civil wars, and in all wars in general, because it's that way, there were no good or bads. There were not the good guys and the bad guys. There were not the good team and the bad team. The good guys didn't win or lose. The bad guys didn't win or lose. Both sides were equally bad, um, as they all are in a civil war. It's as simple as that. And there's a lot of revisionism about the Spanish Civil War that, if you know a little bit of history and you have read some books about the topic, you know it's totally unwarranted for. And I have to say that one of the nations I most admire, for a lot of reasons, but I do admire them, is the United States. And they have a lot of things to dislike. And if you are an American, you know it yourself. I mean, your country is great, but has some things that are not as good. All nations have good sides and bad sides, but the United States have some really good sides to it. And one of the things that really get me jealous about Americans is the way they get together behind a flag, behind their flag, because the United States flag is their nation flag, is their token for unity. And if something touches them, they all get together, they all get joined for a common effort. They forget the differences for the time being, and they simply work to solve the thing. If someone attacks them, they answer as a unity. And here in Spain, it isn't that way. We have some regions with nationalistic feelings. Some people who don't want to be part of Spain. Some people who think Spain should be a federalist nation. Some people who think we should be a republic. Some people who think we should be the monarchy we are right now. Some people who think. I mean, they are totally different opinions, which is perfectly cool and is totally expected. I mean, this is a free nation with free opinions. But instead of, if we get attacked, if we get hit, if someone attacks us as a nation, we don't get joined as such. We don't have a flag we admire because the Republicans have a different flag, or they would like to. The guys who admire Franco, whoever those idiots are, but whatever, admire the Franco flag, which has a very big eagle on it. The thing is, the flag in Spain is not a unity factor. We don't have um, the national feeling we should. We are not a united nation at all. And fun thing is that, for better or worse, the only thing that gets us united and really happy together and proud of each Spanish is that our football selection is world champion, and that our basketball selection goes toe to toe with the United States NBA stars. And that's the only thing that gets us on the streets with Spanish flags, nothing else, and that's really sad. And it's pathetic, to be honest. And it's that way with everything. We can't get together for anything because politics are so important that you might be in a perfectly nice discussion or debate with someone, or just a talk with someone you don't really know. But as soon as the things start go into the political topics, if the guy has a different opinion than you, chances are he's going to dislike you because you have a different political opinion. It's that way. It's very polarized, and of course, the civil war has a very big political influence, and it's not something you want to talk about in Spain a lot because simply I don't think people are mature enough. We are not mature enough as a nation to take that and move on and learn from the past instead of keeping throwing shit to each other 70 years after the war was over. Another thing I admire from the United States is they had a civil war, and in the day next to the end of the civil war, reconstruction began. The politics, the ideal was to the past is in the past. Let's forget what has happened. Let's forgive what happened. Let's move forward as a nation. But because we are a joint nation, well, here that doesn't happen. Um, I don't see it happening anytime soon. Really, it's sad, but it's what it is. Next question. Ram, I've been looking at the release trees for War Thunder, and I was wondering what do you think about the implementation of the Gotha Go 229, the ME262HG1, 2, and 3, and the TA163 Hackbane. I love the beats. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much. Well, I think it's necessary evil. I would never put those planes in the game if it depended on me. But then again, if it depended on me, the game would end at 9046 at the top. The decision of the developers to move the top limit of the game up to Korea War and 9053 is that you get MiG-15s, Sabres, Meteors F8s, and the Japanese and the German don't they never had anything of that quality. Because of course they were beaten in the war that ended in 1945. So those planes, those prototypes, those paper planes are going to be in the game, and I don't like that. I don't like paper planes. I don't like prototypes. I don't like that stuff. But it's as necessary evil because of the way the game is going to work and the design decision of moving the end of the game to 9453. There's no way around that. Um, I would actually never do that, but well, it's their call. It's not my game. It's theirs. So if they decided that, they have to put those planes, you name it, into the game. But my take is that I would never ever have gone that way. Next question in line. Ram, do you watch Top Gear? If you do, did you see the episode with the three budget supercars in Spain? Yes, I do watch Top Gear when I can. There's a channel here in Spain that actually um, puts in the air. I also try to see it in original English because really the translation sucks, and it's super fun to hear Jeremy Clarkson, Hammond, and Captain Slow to speak in English. I don't remember any supercar episode in Spain. I do remember a classic rally which was in Mallorca, but I don't know supercars in Spain. I might have missed that one, but yeah, I watched Top Gear. It's one of my favorite TV shows, and I love it. I sincerely love the English sense of humor, the Monty Python like, not the Benny Hill like, and I really adore the humor of Top Gear. I like it a lot. It's very funny. I don't necessarily like the persona, the impersonation Jeremy Clarkson does. I mean, I don't know how he is in real life, but he's a little bit of a dick in the show. But even then, he's very funny, and yeah, I think Richard Hammond is one of the most adorable guys in television right now. I simply like. I love the show. I love the show, and I watch it all the times I can. Yeah. Next question is: you mentioning losing your job. Is this related to the financial crisis in Spain right now? Has that affected you all, and what are your thoughts about it? Well, of course, yes, it's totally related to that. Um, there are almost 6 million of people without a job right now in Spain, and now I'm going to be one more. Of course, it's affecting us all. Situation in Spain is very critical at the moment. Economy is really bad, and we are in a very tough spot. Seems, or so they say, that we have already touched the bottom and it's time to bounce back. We'll see if that is true. But right now things are really bad. In really, or not to the point of, I know Greece, for instance, is in much worse shape than we are, but Spain is right now in a very tight spot, and of course it's affecting us all. Being from northern Spain and near the Basque Country, which has a long and proud cycling history, are you at all interested in professional cycling? Have you ever been out to view a stage of La Vuelta or Le Tour? Are you a fan of or follow any Spanish riders? There was a time when I was. Yes, you're right. The northern part of Spain has a huge following of cycling, and there are a lot um, of riders who come from northern Spain. Um, I was interested in it back in the 90s, but all that stuff with drugs, doping, has really affected my interest for that. I don't like sports where people cheat, and I understand that. Well, it's the same excuse. I mean, you get Lance Armstrong, 7-time champion of the tour, and he is proven as being doping back then. And he goes on to say that everyone else did. So we are in a sport full of cheats. Well, yeah, it's not my stuff. So once was of my favorite sports, not anymore. As for riders and right now that I follow, that's the problem. Um, well, maybe Purito Rodriguez. Purito Rodriguez is a Catalan guy who's a very good climber and has guts, has a lot of personality, and really is a fighter. He's a fighter. He's not the best cycling guy around. There are better guys than him, but I mean, I like how he fights and how he never gives up. He's I like him, yeah, a lot. But the sport on itself, until they prove me it's totally clean, I'm not going to follow it as I did back in the 90s. So yeah, that's it for this question. Let's move on to the next one. What do you think about World of Warplanes? Lol. um, I was an alpha tester. I actually had the game in my computer for maybe 45 minutes. The time it took for me to install it, give it a try, and uninstall it. Back then it was atrocious. I mean, it was absolutely terrible. I understand that it's much better now, of course. Early alpha, what do you expect? Well, I expect at least the planes to be controllable, which weren't. Um, let's be fair here. World of Warplanes has nothing to do with War Thunder. I mean, the mere concept is totally different. War Thunder is a game that even in arcade is got a very strong historical flavor. World of Warplanes is just kill them all, turn and shoot thing. There's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing. I mean, World of Tanks is the same. It's not a tank game. It's a tank. It's a game with vehicles that happen to resemble tanks of the era, and maybe of them never real, and they go at each other. But it has nothing of realistic into it. I mean, absolutely nothing. It's an arcade game with no realism at all, and just some mechanics that work very well for an arcade. However, I'm a little bit more stouchy to the and sensitive about planes. That's what I am about tanks, because planes are my stuff. Have always been tanks also, but much less. And I mean, what works for World of Tanks, I mean, vehicles with hit points and all that stuff, I don't think it translates well into a game with planes. Hit points for me in a plane is totally incompatible with my take on a game with planes. Is stronger than me. I can't avoid it, so I'm never going to like World of Warplanes, no matter what. As long as they have hit points and the wheel, no, no. Also, I don't really like how they translated the tier rank system from the tanks to the planes, to the point where level 4, tier 4 plane can't really take on a plane tiers above it. It's I don't think the mechanics work. I don't think the concept work. I don't think the design decisions are right. I see it being fun for people that don't care, but I care. So I simply don't like it. Also, the idea of making things balanced by just playing with variables instead of giving planes their historical performances is something that really have troubles with it. With World of Tanks, I will have massive troubles with World of Warplanes. I'm simply not the guy to ask about World of Warplanes because I'm not going to be fair. I'm I'm biased against it by default because of the designers' decisions made on the game. So what do I think about it? Well, I hope the people who play it have fun, but it's not for me. And honestly, I think something with a lot more historical flavor as War Thunder is so much better that is nowhere close, and it's never going to be ever close to what War Thunder is in the air part at least. So let's move on to the last question. Well, actually, this is not a question. This is a lot of input from you guys and about the donation system. Well, first of all, I can tell you that if you want to help me right now without resorting to any donations and without causing you any kind of loss um, or actual invest of money, you can simply click on the ads you see in my videos. You don't have to pay attention to them. You simply have to click on them, and that would help my earnings. This in one side. The other one is the donations. Okay, I'm still thinking about it. I'm probably going to do it in the near future because, well, you have given me enough proof that, well, first of all, you guys want to help me. I'm no one to say no. And yeah, there are more people who are taking donations, and it's not such a big of a deal. So, well, I guess I'll settle for that idea and set a donation page up in PayPal, and you will have that to help me if you want. When that happens, I'll let you know. Well, and yeah, but still is something that I don't fully like. Um, I'm that way. I'm not the guy who likes to be asking for money. But well, yeah, I guess you guys have a point in pointing out that that's actually donation, that's voluntary, and there's nothing wrong with that. So, and also I'm not in the spot to say no to that. Let's be honest. I'm about to lose my job, and yeah, I really can't do with any help I receive. So well, yeah, I guess I'll do that. I'm guessing yeah, it's going to be an option, and soon it'll happen. So yeah, that's all for today's Jam with Ram video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked the gameplay, and I hope you like the answers. As always, remember to put your questions in the comment section below. I'm going to check them out in 1 week, and those who have more upvotes are going to be the ones I'll answer first. So remember, place your question, upvote the questions you'd like to see me answering, and as always, guys, thank you very much for watching, and see you later.